welcome, Kelly, to our show. I'm super appreciative that you made the time to be here. And yeah, you're in Colorado Springs, right?
I am, and thank you for having me on today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. How is the weather in Colorado Springs? I'm in Florida. It's hot here.
Well, today we have a storm coming in. It's quite breezy and getting a little cold.
Ah, okay. Well, we had a tremendous amount of rain last night. I mean, a tremendous downpour. I haven't seen one like that in a long time. But today again, it's hot. It's in the mid 90s. So
Which part
cool.
of Florida are you in?
I'm in West Palm Beach.
Ah, beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Well, I mean, you can't complain. Colorado Springs is nice too,
Can't
right?
complain at all.
So Kelly, you are a wealth manager and realtor, and also saw you did an Audible book. So tell us a little bit about Kelly. How did this all start?
Well, I started years ago in the software business. That was my first degree and where I went. And after 25 years and losing lots of money in 2001 and 2008, I decided something needed to be a little bit different. So I started learning about real estate investing, went all the way through the Rich Dad Poor Dad Robert Kiyosaki education, and started doing my own properties. And then the market kind of got like it has been over the last year, where you'd put in an offer and you'd have 20 offers right behind you and you couldn't land a deal. So had to shift again and found a group that actually does investing for me. I put up the money, I own the house. They find the market, they find the house, they do all the rehab and the property management. So again, shifted again. And so over the last 10 years, I've done about 90 doors in my portfolio, in and out. And so it's been quite the journey. But as I went through that journey, I also learned about more about managing money because again, after 2001 and 8, I had a whole lot of fixing to do. So coupled with my real estate investing, I also got more into being my own bank and also into the securities world. So that's really how I got my start.
That's pretty interesting. And when did you actually start being a realtor? When did you start doing real estate as a real estate agent?
That was about 7 years ago.
Oh, okay. So you went through 7 years. That was 2015. That's when the market almost was back, right? I think the downside was pretty much over, and everybody started. Okay, maybe we should do that again.
Exactly. Exactly. And again, my focus was more on the investment side and helping people do the investments the way I was doing. And so I was getting a referral fee for the bulk of that. But once you get your license, a lot of family and friends and referrals come along with that. And so then you start actually being an active realtor as well.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Now, if you could go back in time, I mean, when you started in 2015, and tell yourself one thing as a new agent, what would that be?
I would say to be less opportunistic and more focused and treat it truly like a business, following systems and creating a discipline around the lead generation and around the creation of the business.
That is pretty good because I think that's the downfall of a lot of real estate agents that they go into business with the idea I can make my own hours and they make their own hours. That's meaning not doing what they should do, right?
Exactly. Very few hours, huh?
Very few hours, yeah. So I assume you're a solo agent or you're a team leader.
I'm a solo agent, but as you know, I am with eXp, and so I do have a modern team as well.
Ah, okay. So what would you say was the most difficult part of being a solo agent before having a modern team?
Um, on the solo agent side, it's really understanding what it really meant to create that business. What were the right strategies? What were the right techniques? The right tools? What should I be doing as a solo agent to really grow? I was in a very small brokerage firm, and I loved my broker, lovely lady. But we would get together once a quarter for an hour or two of training. And so that was about my growth experience in the industry, was this hour or two of training every quarter. So it wasn't near enough to help me really set up a good, solid business.
Right. That makes sense. So when did you actually make the move to eXp Realty?
It has been 3.5 years now.
Oh, okay. So that was in 2009, 19, 18?
April of 2019.
19. That's just a little bit after me. And would you say, how did making that move, did that solve any of your problems? Did that help you with moving forward?
It has, in ways I didn't anticipate. As a financial planner, I could look at the eXp model and look at the value add that eXp was providing with the stock and with the modern team revenue share potential and say, that's amazing and different than what I had in my previous brokerage. But what I got with eXp was far more than I anticipated. The camaraderie, the collaboration, the connection with some of the top realtors in the country, it just raises the bar and has raised my game basically to a whole new level in ways I 3 years ago wouldn't have even thought I wanted to go. So that association with folks that are in the industry and are really moving has allowed me to carry my business forward in a much more proactive way.
That's pretty interesting, because I think talking to other agents, there's this thing out there. I'm pretty sure you heard that before too. Well, if you go to eXp, it's a cloud brokerage. You're all on your own. You're isolated. Nobody helps you. So you say that's not the case.
That has been 100% opposite for me. We have great community here where I live in Colorado Springs. We are now the largest brokerage in Colorado Springs. And we host, I host a wealth summit once a quarter. We have lunch and learns. We have happy hours. I just had a potluck at my house 2 weeks ago where we had 40 agents come. We have far more connection than I ever had in my small brokerage.
Right. So, and I think most agents don't anticipate that. Also, would you say, I don't know if you were at the shareholders meeting. No, you were at the shareholders meeting, right? So was I, and I need to say, after 4 years at eXp now, it really clicked somehow that we didn't join another real estate brokerage. We joined a business empire. I think it's amazing what is behind it, what has nothing to do with the actual brokerage part, right?
Yes.
I think we became part of something that's so much bigger. And,
yes.
And would you say that's encouraging?
Well, what I find is when I need something, it's there. For instance, market shifting. We used to be able to just put a listing on and floop it would fly, right?
Yeah.
Market shifting, we have to do a lot more work as realtors, which is great. That's our job. But what's state of the art in an open house today? What's state of the art in kind of sensory staging today? What should we be doing? Because frankly, we haven't had to work very hard for the last couple of years on a listing. So being able to just say, okay, I've got a listing coming on. I want to make sure that I'm conducting an open house to the best of my ability. And I want to stage to the best of my ability. The ability to just tap into a pre-recorded class and grab that information right when I need it, not because somebody's offering it and I've got to go to some class at 8 in, but because I'm ready for it now, to be able to just go pull that information and then reconnect with the folks that are in my team and just say, what do you think of this? Are you still doing this? How would you handle this? Just again, that camaraderie, that collaboration, and the amazing amount of training has been huge for me.
Cool. Cool. So would you say, I think it's been 3.5 years now, you make a pretty good assessment about your decision. Any regrets or anything you should have done differently?
I would have engaged more actively, probably in the revenue share piece of the business. Um, I caught the bug early and just understood kind of what the benefit and value could be, but I didn't pace myself like I am today. Every time I go to another conference and I listen to what people have created in their passive income streams, I could have been there. Here I am, 3.5 years in. I could have been in that same spot had I made it more of my business model. So again, I'm stepping up my game and just taking advantage of some of the extras that eXp provides and actually being very proactive about putting them into my business plan.
Pretty cool. So going back to your investment site, I think on your website it says wealth management. How do you actually implement that in your real estate business? You're advising other people, you're getting clients, you advise about how to invest, or how do you implement that?
Well, as a financial advisor, I have a lot of folks that come to me that would like help either retiring or help growing their money. And so my day to day is mostly that. Okay. But I also host a wealth seminar, a wealth summit for realtors locally here and over Zoom. We do have a lot of folks in different states join us, where we share with them. We have 6 top realtors come in and share concepts in real estate, and I always pick off a financial topic. In the last one, I talked about wills and trusts. In the one before that, I talked about wealth momentum. In the one before that, I talked about banking on yourself. So I pick a topic that can just kind of give realtors a flavor of the different things that they can put into their money management that can make a true difference in their lives. So that's kind of my give back to this real estate community for all that the group has really done for me.
Well, that's pretty cool. And if any of our audience wants to zoom in on that, is it okay if we give out that link at a later point?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool.
You're
So
welcome to share that.
I'm gonna post that below the video if you send it over to me, and then everybody can log in. I think one of the nice things I think at eXp is that, as you said, the collaboration, and unlike, I think I was in a few franchises and everybody keeps his secrets. Nobody wants to share, right? their little thing, what they think makes them successful. But here it's just the opposite. Um, Pretty cool. Well, any last words of wisdom you could give our audience today?
Well, I would say for me, no matter how you feel about like where your business is today or where your investment strategy is today, there is always a way to go and create success. Sometimes you've got to dig for it a little bit. Sometimes you've got to find it. But really, usually you just have to connect with the right people that can help you. But there's always hope and there's always help. So I would just encourage everyone that there's a way to make life a lot better no matter where you're sitting.
That is pretty wise, pretty wise. I really appreciate you being here, and we see each other on Monday, I'm pretty sure, again on the
We will,
Zoom.
Klaus.
So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You have an awesome day.
You too.